I use the phrase reductio ad Iraqum in reaction to the debate, the bitter debate at home and abroad that erupted in 2002, 2003, over the fateful decision by the George W. Bush administration to go to war against Saddam Hussein in early 2003. That war involved a perilous judgment call. At the time, there was a plausible case for it, kind of 55-45, that the reasons for it outweigh the reasons against it. In retrospect, looking back 13 years later, it's a much dicier decision. The costs have proved much more daunting than the benefits. As bad a figure as Saddam was, and despite the threats he represented. But at the time and since then, there has been a tendency of foreign policy commentators and experts and scholars to grossly oversimplify the choices America faces, to treat almost any issue as though it was reflected by the Iraq War debate. So it reduces the sum total of America's world experience over the last 3/4 of a century to the Iraq War. That's an absurdity. The U.S. is engaged on many fronts in trade, diplomacy, economic affairs, cultural influence, support for allies, involvement with international institutions, NATO, confronting the Iranian regime, the Russians, the Chinese, supporting our friends, and so forth. And to assume that everything is subsumed by the choices made in 2002, 2003 is fatuous and does not reflect the complex realities that we face and the need for the U.S. to remain active and engaged in world affairs.